Hey guys, welcome to another episode in my Diablo 3 beta coverage. I'm going to be continuing on from the previous video where we head up and try to find the crown of King Leoric. We're at the northwest gate. We're going to click this, and this guy, man, let me just tell you, this NPC, he is ready to go.
There's a big pack coming this time.
Oh, it's a big pack coming! Fan of knives! I feel like a rogue all over again. I felt like switching up the abilities a little bit this time. I've got Grenade.
I hear something stirring in the distance.
Fan of Knives. And of course, my trusty Hungering Arrow and Bullet Shot. Can't go wrong with those. I might even switch it up a little bit later on, too. So you'll find I'm pretty much just going to try to grenade as much as possible here. It does use a lot of hatred, so that's something you kind of have to watch out for. Like I said before, I don't really feel like right now it gives a good enough return considering the hatred investment, but it does do a nice amount of splash damage, which you can see right there. And it really comes down to the timings of it, where you decide to throw it. So if you see mobs coming at you, rather than just throwing it where they are now, you kind of have to throw it where you think they're going to be. So those guys are going to sit there for a little while as we do some explodiness. I feel like a rogue from Rift, honestly, which wasn't that bad of a game. The end game kind of got a little, yeah, but I found the 1 to 50 experience very fun, especially as the rogue. Haven't played it in some time though, so I might have to give that a shot another point. But for now, let's talk more about Diablo and how awesome it is so far. This guy needs to die. I want your fish! Yes, fish acquired. And also, something else to consider, if you have a bunch of zombies in a big line, you want to try to throw your grenades so that way they kind of end up parallel to them. You don't want to have a giant line of zombies like this and then throw a grenade so that way one of them really only hits. So how they're lined up like that, I want to be positioned here to shoot it. Obviously, I clicked a little bit too short there. When they're clumped up together like that, if you're pretty close to them, it's not going to matter that much. But we can actually just round these up. Well, of course, if he just wants to kill everything, that's cool too. I mean, I love that Seeker arrow. Oh, didn't kill it. Gotta go back for round 2. Bam! So you see there, I kind of fired where they were and not where they were going to be, and not a single grenade hit one of those guys. So very important to keep that in mind. That time, nailed him. So we're looking for Hadrig's Apprentice as the bonus. We also have a very large area to clear here. The nice thing about the Templar is he kind of provides a focal point for mobs to stand at, so it really increases the effectiveness of a lot of your AoE abilities. Something else you could do, if you got a whole bunch of fast mobs chasing you, you can throw the grenades like right here, run away, and they will run into it. You see how those grenades, when they landed, they hit all of those mobs bunched up together? So the Experience Shrine is something that I think is bugged right now, as when I click it, I get the ability down here, but then it almost instantly goes away. It might just be that it's for one kill, although I kind of doubt that. So here we go with a bunch of nicely packed together zombies. They are also extremely slow. So Fan of Knives, like I said before, doesn't do a lot of damage. It does a decent bit, but its primary function is to slow mobs down, get them away from you, or so that you can get away from them, rather. I would rely on other abilities, such as Bullet Shot for the damage, for Splash. I do like how you can also connect it to the tombstone. Boom! And you can also throw the grenades directly at the mobs, too. Like, you can actually click there and it'll chuck them at that. Blah! Who's it even at? I don't even see him. There we are. So there we go, trying to line up again, this time vertical, so we want to stand in this angle. So look at this, items that reach to 0 durability no longer are functional. So we need to actually repair pretty soon, like here. I have enough gold to repair, I believe. We'll kill a few more first. See if we can pick up a couple additional things to sell. And here we have Hungry Corpse, Teleportation. So these are just kind of the champions from Diablo 2. Recognizable by the color of their name, and also kind of the color of their actual model as well. So now I think we've got enough to head back to town. We'll kill these last couple guys.
What drives the monsters here to attack us? Do they not know they face their doom?
Well, actually, there's a 2-for-1 sale at Walmart right now on everything. So they just kind of come in droves. Can't really help it. To repair, go over to the blacksmith. Very simple. Craft. Repair. Equipped. Ta-da! And now you see we have very little gold currently. Again, that's okay.
Got a right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much all we're going to sell. Scroll of Companion. That is a scroll that, right-click, you see it creates a little pet. For me, it looks like it is a beetle. Yes, a beetle. And what it'll do is it'll run around you and pick up items and gold, etc., which it talks about there on the description. I'm sorry, it picks up just gold. Just gold. But still, that saves you from having to run around. You can literally just keep on going your merry way, and the little bug will run around, pick up the gold, and look super cute sometimes, depending on what actually is spawned.
This will be rough.
I've seen a scorpion, a snake, a beetle. I think I saw a rabbit. No, a chicken. It was a chicken. The chicken was pretty much amazing. And that was after I ate it. Heyo! So, we're going to basically explore and try to find Leoric's crown, rather. Yeah, we're going to find Leoric's crowns. He had a 64-pack. But he's in one of these dungeons. We're not sure which, and it is randomized each playthrough. There's 3 dungeons to search total that I'm aware of. And just again, light resistance here at the entrance at best. Nothing you really need to worry about, as long as you keep your distance. I say that as I'm like 2 feet away. Bam! Ah, go away. So we'll know which one it is because we'll find a we'll find in the other dungeons that there's little miniature quests that we can do. Like I think one of them is to return the bones of somebody's husband to the grave. Second one is I forgot what, but you'll kind of get the point as we go along here. Or we might even just nail it on the first go. Honestly, I have no clue. Ah, delayed zombie. Guess his foot got caught. Either that or he doesn't have one. Although he does have a lot of stuff to climb out through. So I can kind of understand his tardiness. He'll be forgiven this time. Kapow. I don't really feel like waiting around. Here we go. Well, I mean, if they want to stay like that, all clumped up in the corner, they can feel free to. I'm not going to argue. And my companion is still there. Kind of difficult to see sometimes, depending on the ground.
There, a worthy foe.
Hey, a worthy foe. Oh, electrified. So far, my experience with the electrification mobs, not quite as dangerous as in Diablo 2. Those things, especially in the higher difficulties, are absolutely lethal. But keep in mind, this is the normal difficulty. So I'm sure that they will be just as much of a threat on the higher levels as well. And also, for those of you who don't know, there will be 4 difficulties in Diablo 3. Going to be the same tree as before, plus one that is meant solely for max level characters. Which I think is a really nice and much needed addition. As cool and fun as cow runs were...
All this
yeah.
pomp and grandeur for what? A sinful monarch who laid waste to his kingdom.
But that being said, I have heard rumors of ponies in Diablo 3. So there's also that. There's also that. Just a couple more ghosts, nothing too serious. That hungering arrow can't really deal with. So there they go. And 54 XP bonus. We've actually gotten a decent bit of XP, mostly from the quests. I feel like that's where we've seen our best returns.
I have a feeling that the crown is nearby.
The Chancellor kept it safe for many years. A noble act.
Uh-oh. That does not sound good. So here we actually need to turn into this one. There we go. So it doesn't really take that long to switch up spells. It's not like you have to stay out of combat or anything like that. You saw how I just kind of backed up, let the Templar do its thing, and you know, took it from there. Wow, that was nothing. I'm insulted. Desecrated Blessed Shrine. Oh, this is a good spot for AoE. Able to dispatch that pretty quickly. That mob that I kind of stuttered around for a little bit, that one raises skeletons. So it's kind of important to bust through and pick that out individually, or if you can, just snipe it off as well.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
Cool. Got the crown. Nice! Templar is leveled up. Something... Ooh, this is really cool. Something I learned. If you right-click while you're in town, you can retrain his abilities. So I don't know how many times you could do it, but if maybe you're not too happy with going for the heal, maybe you find you're not really taking a lot of damage, if you want to go for taunt, that would be a great ability to use in conjunction with the Demon Hunter, or any range class. Quest reward and gold. So we'll close. Return to Hadrig. Bonus, use the Stone of Recall to return to New Tristram. So let's just explore here really quick, make sure we haven't left anything else out. I believe we're kind of limited in spaces that we can actually find stuff.
In battle?
If I ever felt fear, it has been consumed by my hatred.
We are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
Now this stone, it is basically used to teleport back to the entrance of the dungeon. So if you're going down, you know, you don't want to have to walk all the way back out. You know, God knows that was annoying in Diablo 2 and 1. So you can use this to get back very quickly. But for the purposes of this quest, bonus, use the Stone of Recall, we're going to do that. So we just left-click it. And from what I've seen, there's no cooldown on it. So you can pretty much just do it anytime, anywhere, and it does have a casting time, so that's kind of a trade-off. Diablo 2, you know, you had to buy the scrolls, or a town portal, you had to buy the tome, and then basically make sure you had a constant stock. I do like how they kind of simplified and basically made the inventory a lot more useful, get this stuff out of there, and make it a lot more enjoyable.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah. It needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then we are allies. Each weapon you forge for me shall serve to purify these lands.
Whoa! A wild anvil appears. So, when this conversation is completed, you basically have quick access to forge armor, repair, forge weapons without actually having to talk to the guy. But if you want, you can still click craft, and you've got access to everything right here. And you can see here are some of the things available to me. My character is actually, or my blacksmith is just about ready to ding. I'm not really sure what will happen. I assume I have access to additional stuff, but you see he's level 1. Here are the rewards for training. You see I get some additional recipes that I can use, one of which, heavy boots. That sounds really nice. So forge armor, it'll basically just give random properties in addition to some static ones that can kind of vary depending on the quality of the item. And actually the first shoulders that I found were able to be crafted by this guy. Also, you've got various weapons, and of course we can repair. So, if you want to repair an individual item, if you want to repair an individual item, you just click it and put it on there. It does not need to be repaired right now, though.
How might I use the crown to reach the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
When he is destroyed, I shall finally reach the star.
Cool. Use the waypoint to return to the Cathedral Garden. That's that right there. This right here tells you, you can pretty much read it, this is the closest unlocked waypoint to your quest objective. Again, making it a little bit easier to, don't have to worry about remembering some of this stuff. So we're here now. You see it says we go back in to Leoric's Passage. Keep in mind there are also a few additional areas that you can explore. Not too much, but still. We'll head down. This should seem familiar. This is where we rescued Deckard Cain, the previous video. That little ledge right there. So now we use the crown to go down and enter the realm of the Black King, or the Skeleton King. Brave the depths of the cathedral. So here we have another spot. Let's see, where does this drop? Wonderful. That's what I was talking about. So now we'll make it an explosion party. Ugh! So that guy was fire enchanted, and I was kind of hoping for a better example, but we'll just go ahead and use that. When you kill a fire enchanted mob, it explodes, AoE, you know all that stuff from Diablo 2. There is a graphic that kind of indicates the timing of it, though. You'll see a molten ball kind of hovering above where the corpse was, and you'll see it start to expand, and then it will blow. So just kind of a visual indicator as to how much time you have left.
My apologies. It pains me to see such a holy place desecrated and in ruins.
That is the nature of the world, but we will fight it.
We'll switch you to you. Shift fire is something you'll find very useful, especially with Hungering Arrow. I mean, it's pretty much just, oh, herp derp, shoot in a direction, and it'll generally find its target. Whoa! Ah, missed one. I think we'll survive, though. So in this area, I've found a lot more... oh, I just found plans. Cool. I've found a lot more of those training pages that I have in other spaces. I don't know if the frequency continues to increase after you defeat the Skeleton King. I don't think anybody really knows that for sure. But I would imagine that doesn't get too incredibly high. Otherwise, it'd be stupid easy to max everything out. That was just another tome where you could have heard additional journal information. Just a reminder, we will be covering that on the playthroughs that we do with the individual characters. Ah, common scraps. So our gold now is up to 1195. That's not too bad. I think we're doing pretty good with that. And yeah, so pretty much this part is a giant dungeon crawl. Now, whenever you hear the High Templar, the Templars say that they're a worthy opponent or worthy adversary or something like that, that generally means that a hero mob is located nearby, and obviously that one was the case. So in the last video, we also mentioned quickly that I wasn't sure if the quest mob showed up with that circle underneath the feet or also those mini bosses as well. Turns out both of them do in fact have that circle, so there's that clarification for you. And hey, a page of training, sweet. So that will be, I don't think I have any of those actually right now. No, I have two. So I need 3 more, and then I'll be able to hopefully get my character blacksmith up to level 2. Now this is how you find plans, and you can see my blacksmith already knows this, and it gives instructions on how to use at the base. Take it to the blacksmith and right click to train this recipe, and teaches you the apprentice rope fist, which I believe is just a melee weapon. Another super helpful trap. I wouldn't look too much into that. I mean, I'm sure that that'll be rectified. Skeletal Guardian, that's an interesting thing there. I don't know whether it spawns or if it's just there for show, but it did die very quickly. So the Hungering Arrow I've found is pretty good even against those single targets that have a little bit more in the way of hit points. I don't know how it does way later on in the game. Again, nobody does, but
I do not understand how evil walks in the day. Should it not fear the light?
If it is truly evil, it does not care.
But the light is both a literal and figurative foe of evil.
Just a little bit more flavor text for you there. And so we're going to be heading on. You'll notice I'm using the bolas again. I think we actually killed that skeleton that time. It's a good time saver. Yeah, the whole vault thing at this point, really don't need it. Might actually just do another playthrough with the Demon Hunter and kind of show you how it comes in handy a little bit more. Obviously, I'm not feeling incredibly threatened at this point. But hey, it makes for great travel. Still got 3 kills. That wasn't too bad. We have found Cathedral level 3. So we are getting there. I see the decoration makes it feel like we're getting closer. Whoops.
Maintain your incantation. You will soon turn.
Fight on, brother. We are coming for you. You'll I am free. Now, back to my mission.
This part is a little funny. So we've basically found a warrior, and it's this guy. Now, first line of thinking, oh, we've already found the Templar, so what's he doing here? It must be a bug. Well, you'll notice that Blizzard actually thought of this, and they built dialogue between these 2 warriors as they embark on the same quest.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must kill the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align. Why have you come here? One of our number has forsaken his vows and joined the demonic coven that infests. The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I will know soon.
Well, that cut that off there. But you saw how the 2 were actually talking to each other in addition to me. So I thought that was a good attention to detail on Blizzard's part. Whoa! Man,